What's up, guys? Mike here, head trader at True Trading Group, and on March 15th, closed the week out strong. Back from Vancouver, back down to Miami, so no internet issues for me today, and closed the week off on a high note, nailing this SLNO trade. I also took a short position in WAGE yesterday as a swing trade overnight. That I just kind of had to set a physical stop, and then because I had to head out early yesterday to go catch a flight. That's why I didn't have a video yesterday, because I was traveling. I didn't get back until late. It was a pretty long flight with the connection, so it kind of sucked. But nonetheless, finishing the week off on a high note with a little bit of profit on that WAGE short. But the lesson I'm going to talk to you about is my main win of the day here, SLNO. And this lesson is going to be really about patience and waiting for your setup. Okay, because I could have chased SLNO early in the morning, but I'm not an aggressive trader. Okay, I'm a conservative trader. And it has nothing to do with position size. Okay, I trade with large size, but a conservative trader buys pullbacks into support. An aggressive trader, okay, buys breakouts through resistance. That's really the main difference. Okay, whether you're aggressive or conservative is really all about where you pick your entries and what patterns you trade. And I was very patient with this SLNO. And I waited for a setup that fits my strategy, that fits my style, and I'm not going to break my rules or break my strategy just for the sake of one stock or one trade. Okay? You should not be breaking your rules and your strategies to catch a trade. What you should be doing is waiting for a trade that fits your strategy and your style and your rules. Okay, and if that means you're going to miss a couple of moves, then so be it. Okay, AKTX is a perfect example of me sticking to my rules, and because of me being conservative, missing a move. Okay, before I get into this SLNO trade, I want to show you AKTX the other day. Obviously not today. I got smoked here these last couple of days, but here's a day that I want to show you. Okay, it's this day. Okay, March 13th, when AKTX had its huge run, I did not trade this entire move. Okay, I did not trade this entire move. Why did I not trade this entire move? Because ever since this thing started to take off, right off the morning, I was waiting for a pullback. And I never really got one. You can see we just kind of went up, sideways, up, and here was the first pullback. Okay, so if I wanted to, maybe I could have got long there in front of the trade line. You can see the trade line was holding support once you got a trade line view up crossover. But at that point, I just felt like I was chasing the stock too much at that point. But the point of this is I missed this move. And the reason why I missed this move was because I never got an entry that fits my style, that fits my strategy, that fits my rules. So what I'm not going to do is break my rules and come out of character to chase a stock higher if it's not giving me a setup that I look for, that I'm comfortable in, that I excel at. And that's what this video lesson is kind of about. Because I did not trade this AKTX because I was looking for a pullback into certain support levels that never came. So I never entered the trade, and it caused me to miss a move. Being a conservative trader is going to cause you to miss a move sometimes. Okay, but in my opinion, it helps you in the long run being conservative, buying in front of support, because it helps you manage your risk much, much better than being aggressive, buying through resistance. If you want to add through resistance breakouts, that's fine. I also do that, but I'm really talking about getting your initial entry point, getting your initial piece of whatever the position is that you're buying. I look to buy that by pullbacks depending on what patterns I'm looking at. Okay, I don't chase the stock higher on my initial entry point. And that's why I missed AKTX the other day. So now, what is the relevance of this? Let's get to SLNO. And the relevance of this is I missed that entire move this morning. Okay, I wasn't really focusing on SLNO off the bell because I had the short position open in WAGE from the day before, and it had a nice flush right off the opening bell, and I was able to cover some profits into that move. So I was a little preoccupied off the bell, so I missed this. Okay, this little consolidation pattern actually held the 23.6 fib level beautifully off the open. Okay, there you can see the nice support, the 23.6 fib level, kind of flat, kind of put in a little wedge pattern, and then broke through. And I did not trade, okay, this move. And I didn't chase the stock, chase it, and buy this thing at, $3.80, $3.90, $4 and buy this into that move. I waited for a setup that fits my style and my strategy. So I waited for a pullback into a support level. And had this stock never pulled back, let's say it did that, it had that consolidation, and then it broke out and kept going, I would have not been in the trade. Again, I'm not going to break my rules or change my strategy to fit the stock. I'm going to find the stock that fits my rules and my strategy, and a setup that fits my rules and my strategy. And if it doesn't come, it doesn't come. I'm disciplined enough to just let it go. Okay, so I waited until we put in that high, and I got a pullback, and I took my Fibonacci retracement level, and I sat here and I said to myself, okay, now we've got VWAP lining up with the 23.6 Fibonacci level right here at 375. Okay, you can see here's your 23.6 fib, and here is your VWAP coming in right underneath it. So on that pullback right there into that 23.6 level, that is where I got long right there, a tier 1 position at $3.84. I will take you to my trade announcements. Here's the wage. You guys can see the wage positioning. I was short from 38.75. So yeah, I covered some in the morning at 37. So you can see here, long tier 1 at 384, stop loss 330, going to add tier 2 through 425 area. Okay, I actually added at around 419 when we were live in chat. But the point is that the entry on the pullback into that support level, I waited for a pattern that I like, and that's me getting long in front of support levels. The reason why I entered a tier 1 here and not a full tier 2 is because I know on this pullback I've got to risk down to the previous high. Okay, I've got to risk it down to that previous high. Okay, and I'm not comfortable getting a full position there before I get confirmation that there is support at that 23.6 VWAP area. So I entered the tier 1. Then as soon as you get that pullback, you see this big, strong, explosive candle back up off of that support level. That was my confirmation that there is in fact support at that 23.6 fib level. I was right, so I added to the position right there at 419. Okay, so tier 1, tier 2. Okay, so the whole concept behind tier 1 and tier 2, guys, is you're going to enter a tier 1 position. For me, tier 1 is 25% of my desired size. Tier 2 is going to be at least 50% of my desired size. So it'll be, let's say, as an example, let's say your tier 1's 1,000 shares. That means my tier 2 is going to be at least 2,000 shares, maybe 2,500. Depends on the setup. Depends on how much I like the stock. Okay, and then you enter a tier 1 when you think you see a pattern, you think you see a setup, you think you see support level. And then once you get confirmation that what you thought you saw is correct, that's when you add tier 2. And that's exactly what happened here with SLNO. I got the tier 1 because I thought 23.6 VWAP was going to be support. As we got that big, strong move off of that level, that was my confirmation that there is in fact support there. I bought tier 2 because what I thought was happening, I got confirmation on, so I can add to the position there. Okay, so I added there 419. We pushed up right to the high of the day, and I immediately dropped some of this position, okay, because I had added to it. You guys can see I took some off at 432, took the bulk of my position off at 457. Okay, so right here, took the bulk of my position off, and then I held on to one last piece. And once we broke through the high of the day right here, okay, I thought we were going to extend, and I was looking for 525. My final take profit was going to be right up here at 525. We just could not quite get up there. High of the day of 507, and you can see we rolled it back in. I ended up having to take my final profit off the table right here. As we broke back down below that previous high was my final take profit. So tier 1, tier 2, okay, profit, take profit, and my final take profit was right here, and we broke back down below the previous high. A lot of people in chat nailed this trade today. I took a couple screenshots of some people in chat today. I just want to share with you guys. Here you guys can see profit from SLNO. Thank you for the alerts. Another green day for me since I'm with TTG. Blessed to have a blessed day, guy. Oh, this is a member who I actually remember this. I actually know who this is. This member just signed up just a couple days ago. But I just want to take a couple of minutes. I'm going to show you some of these guys. Nice work today, Mike. Ended up closing SLNO $3,200 profit. I mean, some people were nailing this. 4 trade days, 4 green days, off to work. I mean, it doesn't get much better than that. SLNO in at 329, out 350, 370, 410, still holding 15% of the position. Guy says it's his best month ever. Congratulations. You know who you are. We spoke about it today. This is all thanks to your courses, guy. That's in reference to the courses that we have available on the website for members that I wrote. I wrote those courses. SLNO 379, out 440, 470, 480. I mean, we were just getting, members were just ripping this thing, just ripping it apart today on this SLNO. Here's someone with a small account made $470 on a small account. I mean, that's a nice gain for someone that's trading with small size and a small account. So, this SLNO was a great way to finish out the week. But please take away from this video, as an example of my discipline and my patience of waiting for setups that fit your strategy and fit your rules. Do not change your rules and your strategy to fit a stock. Wait for a stock that fits within your rules and your strategy. Otherwise, what's the point of having rules and a strategy if you're constantly breaking out of that shell to just chase whatever stock is moving? Okay? That's what I want you to take away most from this video. Okay? Have a great weekend, everybody. I will see you all in chat on Monday. Take care.